Be honest. Do you think the Mandalorian Bounty Hunter is a good... Great finds today. I got a bunch of GameCube, all Star Wars. Yes, Star Wars. There's some Legos and there's some non-Legos. One of these games is worth as much as all three combined. Also got some Gameboy Games in. We have different ones here, and you're going to probably be surprised at which one is worth the most. But one of the cool things I got in today was a Budweiser bowling ball. Yes, Budweiser. It is the king of beers. I'm not sure who the queen is, but the king, maybe he's single. This is a Budweiser ball. It's the king of beers. It has numbers on it. And this ball is really, really heavy. Comes in a nice steel thing. It's vintage. It'll appeal to beer collectors as well as bowlers. But I'm not sure drinking and throwing heavy rocks is a good idea. But hey, Budweiser thought so. They do have a really cool ball that has a beer bottle inside, but not this one. So back to GameCube. GameCube. Now, it looks like the kid who brought these in, his dad bought these all for very low prices, probably at a garage sale. Those look like garage sale stickers. Now, let's go over them. Star Wars Rebel Strike. Looks like they're fighting. It was originally $17. These are all in the case. Cool. It doesn't have the manual, but it does have the game. Rebel Strike. You've got Bounty Hunter. Now, if you like the Mandalorian, he does look very familiar. I don't want to get into the discussion about that. That's probably Boba Fett. I'm guessing. It is part of the Star Wars collection. It is part of GameCube. It doesn't have the manual. Apparently, garage sales don't have manuals. Now, Legos. Any Lego game you play will be super cool. This is Lego Star Wars 2. They do follow along with, if you know the movies, you can play them. There's not a lot of blood because Legos, they all just break into pieces and then easily back together. Ooh. This is a cool game. Now this one has the manual, so this one's complete. Complete. We want it to be complete. That's a player's choice. Star Wars 2, there's no such thing as Star Wars 2. It's all confusing because Star Wars, I consider Star Wars is Star Wars 4 now. I don't even understand. But anyway, this is Star Wars 2, the original trilogy. That must be the first three, which would be Star Wars. It is the original. That's Star Wars 1 in my mind. Star Wars trilogy. Got all these 4 games in. Now, which would you think? Legos appeals to both Lego and Star Wars people. Both cool people. This one appealed to just Star Wars people. There's nothing to do with Legos. Bounty Hunter, but maybe the Mandalorian. I don't know. And then Star Wars Rebel Strike. The Rebels are good guys here in Rogue Squadron 3. Now, Legos are very popular. I'm not saying these games are not worth anything, but one of these is worth the most. Well, if you guess the Legos, you're wrong. The 2 Lego games are still worth about $10 a piece, but they're not the most expensive. About $10 a piece, that's cool there. Now, out of these 2, do you think the Rebel or the Mandalorian? Boba Fett, that originally cost $1.50. This one's kind of an interesting one because they put $1.50 on it. So someone went to a garage sale and got these where you can find a lot of these games. Out of these two, which one do you guess? Well, it's not this one. Yes, it is Boba Fett, the Mandalorian, the Bounty Hunter. This sells for about over $30. Over $30. These are about $10 a piece. So you've got $30 in this stack and $30 in that stack. So look at all your games. Just because they say Star Wars doesn't mean they're all worth the same. Just like a Corvette and a Chevette. They're both made by Chevy. Both have vet in the name, but they're not the same. Now, I also got some Game Boy games in also. I got this game called Quicks. See what they did there? Quicks. It's a Q-I-X. I like what they did there. The cart is clean. The label is clean. We'll find out. Metroid 2. Not 1, but Metroid 2. It is on the Game Boy. Faceball. I don't know how long they took to do this particular naming of this particular game, but Faceball does not sound like a game I want to play. Looks like a little Pac-Man there. Not sure. Faceball. Horrible name. Tetris. Everyone loves Tetris. There's all kinds of Tetris games. It is for the Game Boy. This is the game you wanted to get if you got a Game Boy back in 1989. F1 Race. Not racer, just a race. So you're racing in there. So out of these, if I was originally, I would always think that Metroid would be the most expensive. Quicks. Not sure. Tetris is always good. Sports, as you know, if you've been watching, is not worth as much. Faceball, I don't know. So I'm going to put Faceball in here because Faceball doesn't sound like a fun game because no one wants to get a ball in the face. So when I looked these up, actually I was right about this one. F1 Race goes in the regular bin. So, unfortunately, does Quicks. No matter how you spell it, it doesn't mean it's worth more money, even if you're going to be cute. Now, Faceball, Tetris, and Metroid. One of these three games is worth the most. Well, goodbye, Tetris. Tetris is still worth about $8 to $10, but that doesn't mean that it's one of the most expensive. Metroid and Faceball. Metroid and Faceball. Pick one, pick one. Go ahead and leave a comment if you want. Actually, they're pretty darn close. But the winner, Faceball. 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 Yes, Faceball, a game you've never heard of, can actually be worth more than Metroid 2. Now, these are both games that go for pretty good money, and they're easy to send, and they are very cool. So, both of those games, so $30 here, $30 here, that's $60. You have probably 25, that's another 50. 60 and 50 is like over $100. Another 7, and then these are just regular games. So we'll do 10 more. $120 in a stack of plastic. A stack of plastic. Now back to the Budweiser Ball. What do you think the Budweiser Ball goes for? Well, the Budweiser Ball, there's different things. This is why you need to know what the difference is between these things. The balls that sell are the ones that don't have holes in them, because you're going to have to find a guy who has the hand the size of this ball. It's about a 15-pound ball. It is a heavier ball. It is nice. It is vintage. It does look cool. It does say, hey, pull me over. I just got done bowling. So this particular doesn't go for as much. We're probably about $20 there. About $20 to ship it. It would probably cost you $20 to ship it. So it's an interesting ball. If it didn't have it drilled, it'd be worth more. If you had the one with the actual beer bottle in it, it'd be awesome. So that is $20 to ship. At least $20 to ship. That is going to cost you about $3. So when you're buying stuff, when you see stuff, shipping, if you're going to sell online, know that shipping is going to cost you money. And my experience with the post office lately is it's going to take a long time. So I don't know who the Queen of Beers is. We know who the King is. And we know who the King of Star Wars is. It's the...